Welcome in everybody to the Helping Hands Charity League, week 5 of battles. I am Vulpix Aura of the Frosty Vulpix here as your host. No co-host today, but that's okay. Um, we have some very exciting battles going on this week, um, with the main event being between the Raichu Raiders and the Sylphic Sylveon today. Welcome everybody in chat. Hello everybody on YouTube. Hello everybody. Um, I realize I've been kind of dropping the ball because this is a charity league. I have not been promoting the charity aspect, which I need to do a better job of. So I will start off this stream by saying that this whole entire league is for charity. We are trying to raise money, trying to raise awareness for many different types of charities, and the final tournament of the charity will determine the champion, second place, and third place, which will all have a 70-20-10 split of the money donated to those respective charities. We do have donations, or we do have a PayPal link. It is, yes, my PayPal link, but yeah, so it's my own donation link, but I will be saving any donations that we get to or from this league specifically to be donated to the champions of the. And I do need to do a better job of promoting that. Yes, this is a charity league. This is all for charity. Um, I've just been focusing on the battles, but when I also need to reminding that yes, charity. Um, let's introduce the first battle of week 5, however. The first team being the Shaded Sunsets, led by Phoenix, playing for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Currently in 13th place at 1-3, looking to get that record up a little bit higher. Speak of the devil. Hey Phoenix, how you doing? Hey, you want to co-host with me? um, Y'all are both here for the first battle. Let's go. Alright, the OU moms of this team um, leading the charge pretty much, with the Slow King having the setup lead, with the Komodo having the most knockouts. With the Komodo being at 7-3 and the Slow King at 0-4. We do see the UU mons of this team being the Earthworm and the Quackavolt, each at 1-2. Um, Quackavolt so far being, I don't know too many potential sets for him, but we do know that he can be a really good stat booster with the Aqua Step boosting his speed, and of course he gets Moxie that could also boost his attack every knockout, potentially a baton passer, and just a really strong attacker in general. We did unfortunately see this Quackavolt being hard countered by the Weezing last week, though. So we will see what happens this time around. The RU mons of this team, we see the most recently traded Dragalge that was traded for the traded Arboliva that was originally Brute Bonnet. This one specific spot of the team being just switched around so much. But yeah, the Dragalge, the newest traded Dragalge, traded from that Arboliva. At obviously at 0-0, it hasn't been brought yet because it couldn't have been brought yet because it's just brand new. You also see the Arcanine at 0-1 and the Elephant Chicken at 0-0 haven't been brought yet, but I guess this team didn't really see need for it so far. But we remember Elephant Chicken, the memes of Elephant Chicken from the PCL. Hopefully we can see it at some time soon. We see the NU mons of this team each not having shown their face yet, with the Minior, the Dunsparce, and the Farigiraf. I will say that the Farigiraf was traded, but that will be something I go more into next week because that happens before it happened before this week. It happened after the battle this week, so yeah, anyway. Farigiraf was traded, I will go into that more next week though. And the PU mons being the Glaceon and the Dachshund, each at 0-1, The Trevenant leading the charge of the PU Mons at 3-2, and the Stantler even at 1-1. This team looking or trying to use a bunch of gimmicks so far. Sorry, I'm not responding to the chat too, but the gimmicks work. Sometimes the gimmicks didn't work, other times. And we'll see what this team tries to go with this next time around against their opponents, the Mythical Mermaids, led by Mizu Suta, who is wanting food. And same, honestly. Playing for the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. Currently 8th place at 2-2 after their defeat of the undefeated champion of the PCL, the Golden Rod Godangos last week. Was it last week? That was last week. The OU Mons of this team being the Dragapults leading... No, not leading the charge, that's a Cloister. The Dragapult at 3-2, pretty high up there in knockouts, with the brand new Great Tusk as well at 0-1. Great Tusk coming in last week and getting smacked by a Wobbuffet, unfortunately. Poor Great Tusk. I did fix the Team T, by the way. It is now spelled correctly. Yay. The UU Mons of this team being the Mimikyu and Noivern, each at 2-3. Unfortunately, it's Mimikyu not being able to get as much work done as it wants to because it's just... people are ready to counter it, unfortunately. And but Mimikyu does have a couple of knockouts to its name, which is great. The Noivern is at 2-3, and well, really fast Pokemon. It's just really strong. Yeah. The arguments of this team, we have the Cloister leading the charge of this team at 5-2. Being something that's really difficult to knock out after it can get a Shell Smash set up. We see the Rose Raid at 0-1. Mismagius not showing its face yet. Excuse me, goodness. Need a sip of water, sorry. We see the Enumons of this team being the Vaporeon, the Snorlax, and the Hitmontop. Vaporeon unfortunately not having any knockouts, but it did do some good work. I think it's a really good wish setter, so it's been wishing and getting some heals. Really good support Mon, not really looking for too much attack. That is a subscription from Phoenix, so I appreciate that. Our first ever subscription on this channel, let's go! We see the Snorlax at 0-1, just a chunky boy. Hacking chunker, man. And another Prime sub with a Hype Train starting to come. Like, what? That's never happened before. But Gelato, thank you for the Prime subscription as well. Our second subscriber. Let's go. We see the Hitmontop of this team being at 1-2. A really good Pokemon just to get in there, just to intimidate something, drop its attack, and kind of try to force something out too, with a really good moveset as well. This Hitmontop not really getting too many knockouts, but having the potential to do a lot of damage and scare Pokemon out. It's been doing its job in that aspect as well. You see the PU Mons of this team of the Leafeon at 3-2. Another Prime sub and a Hype Train and a gift sub from Gelato. Oh my goodness, we got a Hype Train going on. Let's go. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you everybody for the subscribers, for the gift subs, everything going on. Y'all are fantastic. A Hype Train and a 5 gift subs to the community as well. Goodness, this Hype Train going even more. Let's go. I will wait a second before we start introducing this next battle because this is fantastic. Y'all are great. We don't even have emotes to take advantage of this yet. I need to start working on that, but y'all are fantastic. I appreciate the gift subs, appreciate the support to the league, support to the charities as well. Any revenue from Twitch will be going directly to the donation pool of money to these charities. So subscriptions and gift subs will be well spent. Y'all are fantastic. A level 3 Hype Train. I appreciate all of this. I appreciate all the support. Trying to support all these charities. Yeah, y'all are fantastic. Let's keep going with the introduction of this team. The Vikavolt at 0-1 and the Claydol as well at 0-1. Each being used for some setups here. And the Rotom Frost not having shown its face yet. This team trying to look for just continued wins after beating the champion. Or I guess he is a champion. He's returning champion of the PCL. Trying to increase her win streak after the past 2 wins, and especially the win against the undefeated Sterling Raptors / Goldenrod Golden Bangos. Your salad is frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it. No, that was bad. Okay, sorry. Let's see the starting lineups of these two teams. We see the Shaded Sunsets with the Worm coming back. We also see the Minior making its first ever appearance. Little Starboy. We also see this Arcanine here. The Quackable coming back, and the Glaceon coming back, with the Dragougi also making its first appearance. Not bringing the Slowking or the Komodo this time. Definitely a different strategy that's going to be used from this team. Again, I can't really comment too much on the Gen 9 Pokemon besides the fact that we do know that Quackable is good for setting up and baton passing, and that Orthworm, I don't know, he has a good ability that negates ground type moves. I don't know. But we see from the Mythical Mermaids the Great Tusk coming back, trying for redemption after being knocked out by the Wobbuffet last week. We see the Noivern and the Dragapult coming back as well. Probably the two Pokemon, like the two fastest mons of this team for sure, the two that have the potential to do the most damage here. We see the Leafeon, who took down a bunch of those Paradox Pokemon with that Chlorophyll ability in the Sunrise. In the sun. Just in the sun. We see the Chonky Sleepy Boy Snorlax coming back, and the Miss Maggie is making its first ever appearance. Yeah, let's just get right into this battle. Let's see what each team leads with, and let's get started. We see the Shaded Sunsets leading with the Cosmic Sunset Minior and them Boss Great Tusk. I love it. The Booster Energy with that, whatever, going for the Ice Spinner and taking it down to its Focus Sash, with the Minior going for a Shell Smash right away. Only at 1 HP though, but it does double its speed, and it gets its Shield Down ability now. And an immediate switch into from the Great Tusk into Noivern, and the Acrobatics taking down this Noivern in just 1 hit. Leafeon then comes out. Another Acrobatics though, taking down the Leafeon as well in just 1 hit. I mean, it's a super effective hit, of course it does. And the Snorlax coming out. Your mom. The Acrobatics coming through and taking down even the chonky Snorlax. And then the Miss Magius, your tender. Oh my goodness, ghosting. Acrobatics coming through, taking down Miss Magius as well. This Minior showing up and just doing a bunch of damage. Great Tusk coming back in, Acrobatics connecting and taking down the Great Tusk as well. With just as Dragapult left against this Minior, the Acrobatics comes through and takes down the Dragapult. The Minior just sweeping. It's just gone. The battle's just over. The Shaded Sunsets with a 7-turn sweep. I will say this was the quickest battle that has ever happened. Yeah, a focus item, really like a focus sash, a priority move, something. But yeah, just the next fastest battle that happened was in the PCL. It was my own battle. It was a 9-turn battle. But this was a 7-turn battle. And yeah, the Shaded Sunsets being the winner of this battle.